It's been a relentless battle since the first day, and now we're on night 4. There are 5 players left in the game. Eric, Taylor, Sam, Barry, and Haley. They've been surviving each other as well as dangerous twists and a war like no other. They survived a relentless storm on the first night, which we almost saw a quit in Sam. We almost saw a medevac in Eric, and we're far from over. The battle may be almost over, but there's lots of moves to be made. Tonight, you're going to witness 2 more immunity challenges, followed by 2 more tribal councils, and then the final tribal council where we will reveal the winner of this game. Also, following right after the announcement of the winner, we go right into the after show. We'll talk with the players, the jury, the final 5. We will answer the questions that have been left unanswered. We'll address the twists. Speaking of which, there is no more cursed votes. So now, the final 5 control the game. Anything can happen. Let's get started. Welcome to Survivor Pennsylvania, Gettysburg.
Oh shit. Good for you.
I'm just letting everybody know.
Good for you too.
But yeah. Like we literally just got here. Okay, because the axe was on the ground and I was like, let me move this. I put it on the fire pit and it was like tied in the fire pit.
Well, I'm glad you did that.
But yeah, I just wanted to, I don't want to really do too much right now, but I just found another idol. I don't know how this is happening. I haven't looked really for any of these, but here she is. She's lovely. I've missed her. So this is going to be 3rd time's the charm. Playing an idol, all on the same day, all not needed, because I'm not going to get any votes. So, if I was smart, I would probably use this to make a move, but I don't really want to piss off whoever we're sending to the jury, so I'm just going to play this for myself and look like a fool again, but hey, better safe than sorry.
Do you think Taylor's just going to play the idol on herself?
I guess. I don't know.
Welcome to the final 5 immunity challenge. First things first, Sam, I need to take back immunity. Thank you. You can always win it back.
You could just leave it there. You know,
Oh,
sad.
no, it's okay. Alright, immunity back up for grabs. For your last challenge of the night, you'll race grabbing bridge pieces one at a time to assemble a bridge. You must go in order. Once your bridge is assembled, walk across it and get to your slide puzzle. The first person to solve their slide puzzle wins immunity and a spot in the final 4. Alright. We'll draw for spots, we'll get started. Survivors, ready. Go. You have to go, find the right piece. You're building a bridge piece by piece, 12 pieces. These are snug pieces. They are going to make a bridge you can walk across. So feel free to force it in if you know it's right. Eric has his first piece. Each piece has a spot. Eric with his second piece. Haley with her first piece. Taylor with 1 piece. Eric has 3 pieces. Taylor working on her 3rd piece. Eric has a 4th piece. Taylor has her 3rd piece. The rest of the players have 1. Taylor with her 4th piece. Eric has a 6th piece. He's halfway done with the bridge. Sam has 3 in. Barry still with 1 piece, falling behind in this challenge. Taylor back with her 6th piece. Eric got his 7th in, going back for his 8th. Taylor has her 6th piece. Eric with piece number 8, he has 4 pieces left. Sam with her 4th piece. Haley with her 3rd. Barry still with 1. Eric with his 9th piece, he has 3 more to go.
Oh, I need my glasses.
Sam has her 5th piece in. Eric gets piece number 10, he has 2 more. Haley has 4. Barry has 2. Taylor with her 7th piece. Taylor working on her 8th piece. Eric working on his last piece. This could do it for him.
Probably you should, right?
Walk across the bridge. Make it. Everybody walk across the bridge. Okay. Yes, Eric on his slide puzzle. Call me when you think you have it. You're making the Survivor Pennsylvania Gettysburg logo. Sam with her 7th piece. Barry with his 3rd. Haley is back with her 5th. Taylor has 2 more to go.
That's yellow.
Sam brings the wrong colored piece, grabs from Haley's pile.
You'll know what comes
Taylor finishes her bridge. Walk across it, start your puzzle. Barry with piece number 4. Sam has her piece in. Run across, start your puzzle. Sam's now working on the puzzle alongside Taylor and Eric. Haley has 3 pieces to go. Barry has 6.
Check!
Do we have to stop?
You called? Stop. Eric thinks he has it. Eric does. Eric wins immunity and a spot in the final 4.
Nice job, man.
All right, Eric, come get it.
Thanks, guys.
All right, there you go. You are safe from Tribal Council tonight. You will survive to tomorrow morning, where you will be one of the last 4 people in this game. You are very close to the end. For the rest of you, one of you will become the 8th member of the jury. I'll let you go back to camp, strategize. I'll see you soon for Tribal Council.
Night Tribal. Night Tribal.
Vote for me. Yeah? I found another idol. Yes, okay. Vote for me, okay. Okay. And I'll vote for Haley. Okay. You and Barry can vote for me. I know Barry, or I know Haley's probably voting for me. So. Vote for me with her. Okay. Tell her you want to go to her and Eric and Haley. Okay. Vote for me, I promise.
Okay.
So it's really stupid, but I'm playing it for myself.
Yeah, of course.
But we could do a drama for Tribal and pretend, I don't know. Or pretend.
Do you really think that's like not showboating a little bit?
I mean, I'm not going to
you
blatantly
definitely play it.
Yeah, yeah, but
like,
yeah.
I don't know. So what's your plan? I'm not sure I'm getting it.
At first I thought we were all going to vote Haley out, but I guess Taylor found an idol and now I'm to vote her out to sway some kind of vote. I don't know. I'm just listening because honestly it's kept me in the game this long not knowing what the hell I'm doing, but just listening to what people tell me to do. So I'm just going to keep on doing that because I made it to the final 5. So
Should I wear it into Tribal? Or just take it out?
I think if you take it out, it'd be cool.
During the chalking? I don't fucking know how to play that shit.
Just play it at the end.
If I survive this, please give me the win. It doesn't look good. Stupid.
Right, we'll now bring in the members of our jury. Kayla, Sarah, Nick, Sarah, Ryan, Yantini voted out at the last tribal council. Eric, you made fast work of another challenge. It seems like you either get the challenge or you don't. But your deck list is reversed. So it is actually,
Pretty dark, yeah.
if you wear it reversed, it's actually 5 votes against you.
I was wondering why it was digging in the back of the neck.
So, how does it feel to have made the final day, final 4, 1 challenge away from the finale?
It feels amazing. I didn't think it was going to happen. Survivor's like one of my favorite things in my life, and it's turned from something like an interest, like a show, to a hobby, to like just a big chunk of my life. So it feels like I'm on the show. I get lost out here. It's been so fun. I love the people. I love the game. This is definitely gonna be a day I remember.
Sam, on the opposite end, somebody's got to go be eliminated, join the jury. They won't make it to the final day. How is the conversations going back at camp?
They're very short and sweet, a lot of bouncing around because there's only basically 4 of us that are going to make the decision tonight, so everyone's just frantically running around to each other, trying to hurry up, get in their 2 cents, and then go talk to another person and kind of see where everyone's at. It's definitely nerve-wracking because we weren't expecting to have another tribal tonight that was thrown at us out of nowhere, so we're all kind of just still flabbergasted by that. I don't think it's sunk in yet. It's getting better.
Haley, the short and sweet conversations, is that a good thing because, like, we don't need to talk, we know what we're doing, or is it a bad thing because you don't have enough time to figure out what you're doing?
Well, you get both. You get the bullshit, you get the facts. I know Eric's voting for me. He was straight up about that, so we'll see what happens. But they're short, sweet. There's not much to talk about when you just have like 3 other people that you can talk about. So,
Eric, are we being straight up to each other? Like, hey, I'm voting you, no hard feelings. Hope you vote for me.
No, it's there's a reason for everything I do, but I don't think now's the time to talk about why. For me, it felt like the right thing to do at that time, and there's a reason for it.
Hey, wait, do you feel like it was a sincere, like, just letting you know, like, hey, this is how it is? Or do you feel like there's an ulterior motive there?
I mean, he's making it sound like there's an ulterior motive, but I don't know if that's just a part of the show.
It's not. But it'll make sense in a second. That's all I can say right now.
Taylor, this is the last tribal council to play an advantage idol. The final 5 is the last-ditch effort to make a move. What's gonna happen with that?
I mean, nobody was running off into the woods looking for anything. We didn't really have time for that, but it's definitely still a possibility.
Barry, one thing I've seen a few times in other live reality games like this is during the night eliminations, especially the 4th night, players are tired, fatigued. We want to go to bed. We don't want to talk about a vote. Let's just figure out a name. I don't care who. Is the strategy taking a wayside and we're just trying to go to sleep, or are we very much still in the game?
Oh no, we're in the game. 100% in the game. I mean, it's been a very long day. It's been an emotionally draining day. But I think all of us are here and want to be here and want to advance one step further and get till morning.
Anyone have anything they want to say, add? All right, it is time to vote. Taylor, you're gonna be up first.
My vote is for Sam. If it's gonna be me, I just don't think you should still be here at this point.
In Survivor, there are some times when doing the right thing and doing the best thing for your game intersect. and Haley, I think that telling you that I was voting for you at the last second was one of those times.
All right. If anybody has an advantage or idol, now would be the final time to use it. This is for you?
Yes.
All right. This is a hidden immunity idol. All votes for Taylor. We will not count. On her birthday, 3 idols and 2 immunities, 5 tribals out of 6 today, where Taylor is immune. First vote. Haley. Sam. Taylor. Does not count. Next person voted out, Survivor Pennsylvania Gettysburg, the 8th member of our jury, Haley. The tribe has spoken. Haley, you become the 8th member of our jury. You have a night to catch up with your fellow juror members. Tomorrow morning, you will get a say which person wins the game.
Great game, guys. My vote is for Eric right now. I had a great time. I am not mad about the way that it ended up. I am not a bitter juror, but I am a tough juror, so I'm really excited to see what they have to say. I feel like I played a good game. I'm okay with where it ended, and I'm excited to have a say in who wins this epic season.
I feel so proud of the game I played. No matter what happens from this point out, I can rest easy. I think I can take a break from LRGs. I've accomplished almost everything I want to accomplish. I found my people, I made great connections, I lied my ass off in this game, and it's gotten me to this point. But there's still 2 big hurdles left to go, so my mind has never stopped turning. 2 nights ago, when I was in the hospital for my spider bite, I spent every minute there thinking about my final tribal speech, even when I didn't know if I was coming back in the game or not. It's been just constant, 5 days of constant, mind-numbing gameplay, and I'm ready for this to come to a close.
It really does make you realize how little you actually need in your life to be happy and feel good. I mean, we're up there and we're sleeping on the ground, and then we're foraging for dry leaves to put under a tarp as a mattress, and it's like a huge win when we're able to get a good mattress there. And you know, you don't need a whole lot to make the most of situations and have a good time, and it's just been a really meaningful experience for me in that regard.
Definitely hope I make it to the final 3, and then I hope I win Survivor, because I can actually show my daughter that you can do it. I'm gonna show my daughter that you can do anything you put your mind to. That just because we're little and we're females, we can kick ass no matter what. Killed it with my team on the fire. Had to teach everybody on my team how to make a freaking fire, so that was amazing. Loved that. Helped build shelter, kicked ass, did not let anyone show me that I couldn't do it, even though there was a couple of times that I didn't want to do it, because it was very stressful and overwhelming. When you're starving, your emotions are very, very high. So the fact that there was 2 times specifically that I just wanted to give up and I didn't, and I kept pushing through. So I hope that means for anyone else who doubts themselves that they can't do this, you definitely can if I can.
I feel like I could make my case against any combination of the 4 of us, and yeah, I guess it would be smarter for me to go with Sam and Barry, but I see Eric there for sure, and then I guess we'll see whoever wins the challenge. I'm gonna try to win the challenge and then make them make the decision.
All right, Eric, I need the immunity necklace.
put it on the right way this time.
All right, immunity, back up for grabs. For today's challenge, we'll solve a 3-tiered puzzle. Each tier will be the same length, various pieces. The first person to solve the entire puzzle wins immunity, guarantees their shot at the final. Tribal Council will be able to plead their case to the jury on why they should win this game. For the other 3, one of you will be voted out and become the final member of the jury. The stakes could not get any higher. We'll draw for spots. We'll get started. All right, I'll count you in. 3, 2, 1. The challenge is back on. We are live. The first player to assemble all 3 tiers wins immunity. Make sure you call me so I can announce you as the winner. Barry stacking his pulls for his second tier. Barry can put his disc on and start working on that third tier. Taylor and Barry working on their third and final tier. Eric working on his second. Sam still working on her first tier. Taylor and Barry still working on their third tier. We'll come down the group to get them done. Stacked on the top first. The third tier has the most pieces. It is the most difficult tier. You will use all of your pieces. Barry going to go start working on putting his pieces up. He's got one more pull to put on and then put his ring on. Call it done. Barry wins final. Individual immunity. Will plead his case to the jury.
That's fitting for how this went.
All right. Eric taking my jobs again, but put it on backwards.
No, not again.
Barry, immunity is yours. You will be going to the final 3 unless for some reason you want to give that up. All right. Sam, Eric. Sam, Eric, Taylor. One of the 3 of you will be the last person voted out of this game. Will become the 9th final member of our jury. I'll let you go back to camp, strategize, and see you for tribal council.
Please.
What's that?
Show Taylor.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you to do. Is go to
Yeah. I'm gonna go Taylor.
because we said we were riding our eye
Yeah.
to the end, right?
Yeah. I'm worried that they're gonna vote both on me,
Yeah.
but I don't know that for sure.
I don't know that for sure either. We obviously know who he's going to. Do you know your outfit?
I hope there's no ghost vote, man. Oh my god, that'd be miserable.
Yeah, it will be. But then again, I also really like some others, so.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's not open shot today. Because if we get to the end, they're going to be like fighting each other.
Are you gonna tell him or no?
Yeah, probably. I'm really sorry.
Okay. That's.
I'm really, really sorry, dude.
It's okay.
do you not think there's like a chance that the jury will go like, "All fuck you" and vote for Sam in the end instead of like one of the three of us gamers?
I don't know.
Why do you think you can't beat me?
Because you're so charismatic. You've done really well in everything. I feel like you've been leading a lot of this game. Like, I love you, dude.
It's a compliment, I guess.
No, it is a compliment, and that's.
It's okay.
And can I tell you, like, last time I played, I got 4th, and I was in this position with my absolute best friend, and he cut me at the end, and it's like, you know what I mean? And I didn't go after it, and I feel like I have to. And I don't want to blindside you or anything, and it just fucking sucks.
It's okay.
I'm really sorry, but
I understand.
And I don't know what Sam's gonna do and what the ghost is gonna do. So like, if you're there, I'd love to obviously dig it out with you, but I just feel like I don't think I can win against you at the end, especially because I didn't go after you at 6, and then they're gonna be like, you could have gone after him at 4, and then you didn't do it.
Yeah.
And I know it really fucking sucks, and I'm so sorry.
Okay. I totally understand, man. We watch the same show.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Okay.
I love you. We had a great fun. I'm not gonna try too hard right now.
No matter what happens, we love each other.
Welcome to your final tribal council. Final 4 tribal council. The one that will send someone home. It's been a long week. Alright, but we will bring in the members of your jury. Kayla, Sarah, Nick, Sarah, Brian, Ryan, Teeny, and Haley voted out at the last night's tribal council. Alright. Wow. Eric, this side is huge now. Is it setting in that someone's about to win this game?
Feels a little surreal, honestly. It's been strange having only 4 people at camp. We were doing the camp thing, setting up shelter, getting the fire going, and it just felt so empty. It's crazy. I don't think it has sunk in for me.
Barry, what was last night like with just 4 people?
It was kind of weird, but it was nice though. It was very dark. There was no strategy talk or anything. We were just we made food and set up fire and then just hung out, and I don't know, it was like a very peaceful end to the night after a really hectic day. So it was it was a nice final night.
Sam, there are only 3 people who can get voted. There is no room to hide. What do you do to get that target off your back and put it onto the other 2 people sitting here?
Right now it's kind of hard. Like, we all want to be honest with each other, but there's also strategy involved, and we formed such a close bond that it's just making it really, really complicated to make a decision. So I think we're all just coming in and winging it.
We have 3 live game veterans, and then we have Sam, who's not played before, at Final 4, just to remove any Wu Kageon situation here. Did these 3 give you the rundown on the tie in a Final 4 format and all of that fun stuff?
Yeah, they did really well last night, telling me exactly what's going to go down today, so I wasn't coming in blindsided, which is really nice, because usually when we come into a challenge or something, I'm completely blindsided and have no idea what anyone's talking about. So yeah, I'm pretty confident in what's going down now. Probably the first time in the last 5 days I've been confident in what's going on. But yeah, they did really well.
So do you think this will be like a 3-1 to 1-1 vote, or do you think we're gonna see a fire making challenge?
No, it's gonna be all over the place.
Eric, is it really still, when we have 4 people, we still have not had just 2 names during the merge? Just even when we have 4 people, is it still all over the place?
Wouldn't that be fitting? I have no idea.
Anything different from this?
Does anyone have anything they want to say or add before we get to the vote?
I love you guys.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
Love you guys.
All right, it is time to vote. Taylor, you're up first. All right. There are no more idols and advantages in play. No more curses in play. There are 4 votes in this urn. I will read the votes. Once the vote is read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the vote. First vote, Taylor. Eric. 1 vote Eric, 1 vote Taylor. Eric. 2 votes Eric, 1 vote Taylor, 1 vote left. Next person voted out of Survivor Pennsylvania Gettysburg will be decided by fire because this vote is for Taylor.
Oh my God!
For the first time in Survivor Pennsylvania history, first Survivor rules out of a tie in Final 4. The 2 people who get votes will square off in a fire-making challenge. The first person who can make fire big enough to burn through their rope will advance. The person who doesn't will become the 9th and final member of our jury. We will head out of the tribal council to your stations and we'll get set up. All right, let's go. You will be competing in a fire-making challenge. You both have equal materials. Make the fire however you want. The fire has to stay on the table. First to burn through the rope stays in. The other person, 9th and final member of our jury. Yeah, I will count you in. I will let you know when to go. Very exciting and history making. All right.
It's a game about history.
It is. And this is our final battle. All right, Eric, Taylor. Survivor's ready. Go. Taylor going for the dryer went first. Gonna try to strike that and get that going. I hope you both have been making fire at camp. We started you off with flint. Didn't do that just for no reason. Eric breaking down into small little sticks. Get up. You can get close. You can get close. Get up. Taylor with a spark. Taylor has a flame. The wind is blowing. That dryer went is burning really quickly. As fast as that was there, it is dying out. Still need to get some other. Eric with a quick spark and has his flame going. Eric made quick work of that flint. Taylor's fire is completely out now. Eric has a fire. Eric putting on more dryer went. That only will help you so far. You need a structure there to help you get that fire up. You need it to catch on to more than just dryer went. Eric blowing on it. Getting that fire to build a little bit. Taylor has her fire back, just a couple flames. Taylor with a pretty substantial base and her fire's starting to catch. gust of wind coming in that could take out your fire, could help it. Taylor's flame is getting bigger. Taylor working on to get that fire taller. It is getting close to that rope. That fire is starting to hit that rope. There are sparks of flames on that rope now. Taylor's rope is getting very close. This could be it. Taylor's rope starting to burn. Taylor's rope has that flame once it burns through. Taylor makes fire after 10 minutes. Taylor, congratulations on making fire. You will be able to go into the final tribal council, plead your case to the jury. Eric, you've been through a lot. You've been to the hospital. You've won challenges. You have done so much in this game, and you've made Final Four. You've only come up short by just a fire challenge. What's the feeling there?
Practice pays off, kids. I feel so proud of everything I've done in this game. To me, this is not a literal win, but a figurative win. I feel like my last few games, I didn't get to show what I could do. In this game, I did a lot more of that. So I'm really proud of myself, and I'm really proud of Taylor.
All right, Eric, you will be the 9th and final member of the jury. You will have a chance to ask these three why they should win, and you get to cast a vote for one of them to win this game. But for now, I need you to bring me your torch.
Love you, dude. I love all you guys.
I love you.
Good luck in Final 3. Must be nice.
Hey, you beat your first.
I did not get 10th.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy about that.
Go ahead. Eric, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go.
Thanks, Daniel.
Yep.
Sorry for everything I did to you all.
Taylor, Barry, Sam, one of the three of you are about to win this game. You have an hour. I suggest you use it wisely. Figure out your opening speech, your counter arguments, the points of why you should win this game. I want to see you all three make very compelling cases. I know these 8 want you to do the same. All right, head back to camp. We'll see you for your final tribal council.
This close. I feel like I had it, man, and it slipped through my fingers. In any case, I had the time of my life out here. I found people that I could work with, that I loved out here. I stabbed as many people in the back on the way as I possibly could. I hope they forgive me, and I can't wait to cheer on all three of these people in the final 3.
To the final 3! Making it in! Yay! So stoked. That was crazy. Nice job on the fire building. Fucking killed it. Told you would. Fire lady over here. So nuts. I mean, I feel bad for Eric, but at the same time, like, should have practiced the fire, bud. We love you. But
I mean, that's a good way to go out there.
yeah, it is. It's a great way to go out.
It's like
Final challenge.
Final 4, tie the vote.
I would be scared as hell sitting next to me.
How are you guys feeling facing the jury coming up? I wonder if they're going to be bitter, if they're going to be
Oh,
like...
we already know Ryan's going to be bitter to me. I'm a little nervous. I pissed off a couple people.
Yeah,
Well, Trish did. Hopefully I can persuade them that it was Trish and not me.
yeah. No, I'm a little nervous too.
Barry is my biggest question mark. I think he'd either be my first choice to win or my last. It just depends because I don't know anything about the game.
You never know how things are perceived by the jury. And I also know I come off as a little bit more quiet than I think I am in my own head. So I could see it where people just think of me as being a little bit more passive throughout the game, where I felt like I was taking a more active approach through it.
I felt through like the entire merge, he was very quiet. No one knew what he was doing. Kayla has been keeping a voting chart this entire time on jury. Every single vote, he was a question mark. We had no idea where he was. We had no idea where his vote was going.
He was my closest working relationship in the game, but that is not an automatic vote for me. So from him, I need to understand why he thought the people he continued to keep in this game were the best ones for him to sit against at the end.
Sam was one of my favorite parts about this whole experience. I found her absolute cluelessness about the mechanics of Survivor to be so hilarious and endearing, and just so organic. Like, she truly didn't know, and all of us here are such geeks and nerds that it was a really nice contrast to the rest of the group.
I think Sam is probably the most underestimated player in this entire game. Not only is she socially brilliant and makes deep personal connections with every single person that she talks to, but she's actually very perceptive and aware of people's relationships, and I don't think people give her enough credit for it.
I just love Sam so much. I am so happy that I got to play this game with her. She is unfiltered, uncensored, unabashedly herself, and the fact that Chipotle Barbie wanted to come out here, and I know she's gonna hate me saying that, and play this game that she's never heard of before because she likes to show Naked and Afraid, and then she came out here and learned the game, played with her heart all the way through, but also learned so much that she was making some savvy moves.
So I took away from this that I'm stronger than I think, and I need to stop second guessing myself because I do that way too much. I need to get more confidence and stop letting negative shit get in my head. The last 2 days I kept my shit packed because I literally thought I was going home because I thought my alliance was going to turn on me. They kept their word, so I need to learn to trust people more. What I'm taking away from it though is that no matter what you do in life, you can do it. You might fail, get yourself back up.
On an emotional level, I really want to give Taylor my vote, but I do agree with the jury that she does have a lot to prove. I think she played the game extremely quietly, and none of her moves were seen.
I need to see, I want to hear some more of her moves. She did play a quiet game. I need to see if she had some agency and some influence on the decisions being made.
Either she found a lot of idols, so that was impressive, but she didn't really use them very fun. She didn't need, I don't think, any of them. Maybe she needed it once.
I want to put the game in my hands. I want to play the idol, make sure I'm safe, and then I'll try to win the next challenge. And then found an idol and did that again and again. But I really hope they respect how hard I fought, and I know I kicked ass in this game, and I just hope they can see that, and they're not only looking for a strategic move with and blindside with the idols, because that would have benefited them and not me as much.
All right, it is the final tribal council. Sam, Taylor, Barry, one of you are about to win this game. It is it. This is the final showdown of our war. So, before we get started, you each will have 2 minutes to have an opening statement, address the jury on why you should win. Then we'll switch the power over to the jury. They will each ask either a specific question to one player or a broad question to all 3 of you. All right, Sam, opening statement, the floor is yours.
Hi guys, long time no see. They didn't give me any time to put my face on this morning, so no Barbie today, unfortunately. Sorry about that. I just want to thank every single one of you, because going into this I had no idea what I was doing, and a lot of you guys kind of took me under your wing and kind of taught me everything that I know so far. My strategy was just to make it past day 1. A lot of you see me break down, almost didn't make it past day 1, but a lot of you guys kept me involved in this game, and I'm very thankful for that. I think during all of this I've been pretty utmost honest with every single one of you. That's been my game strategy, is just be honest. Loyalty is my biggest thing, and that's why most of you seen I stuck with my alliance, because loyalty is loyalty to me. going into this, I wanted to see if I could do Naked and Afraid, and at the end of it, there we go. I showed myself that I'm stronger than what I am, and I can now go home and tell my kids that no matter what you do, you can do it. Doesn't matter what people tell you, doesn't matter the negative effects of it, just put your mind to it, you can push through, lean on others, because a lot of us, we don't like to lean on other people, we don't like to ask for help, we don't ask questions, and in this I was just like, you know what, I'm going to be my authentic self, which normally I never get to do being in the position that I work in, and all of you accepted me, so I just thank you for that.
Taylor, you're up.
It was a pleasure playing with all of you. As you guys know, I've played a couple of these games before, and I've always been the type of player to play like under the radar and try to skate by, but coming into this game I wanted to be like pretty much on the opposite side. I wanted to actually put myself in at least one or multiple alliances so I could always kind of direct on which one I wanted to go with. Obviously the Red Tribe and our swapped Red Tribe didn't have to go through tribals, so it's not like a super crazy beginning of the game for me, but I used that time to create the strong bonds that we had, and honestly, like, I thought going into Merge I was going to have a target on my back because I came into the tribal challenges and I played as hard as I could, made sure we did not have to go to tribal. I just always wanted to make sure I was in a good position, in multiple alliances, multiple paths to the end, and I really wanted to make this my game.
Thank you, Taylor. Barry, the floor is yours.
Well, first, thank you, production, especially Dan, all of you guys. This has been an unbelievable dream come true. The last 5 days were more than anything I could have imagined, from rainstorms to strategizing to just hanging out and bonding over anything and everything all together. I came into this game kind of echoing Taylor. In games I've played in the past, I played a little bit more under the radar, try to skate by. This one I wanted to play a little bit more aggressively. And I kind of view, and the main thing I wanted to do in this game as well is to make myself really valuable to people so that they needed me in this game, potentially more than I needed them, so that I could navigate my way through that way by creating strong social bonds. So I view the game in sort of 4 parts. I view it in terms of like the tribal phase, the swap phase, the merge phase, and then the end game phase. I feel like I played a really strong social game, a really strong strategic game, and surprisingly a really strong challenge game. I did not think I would perform well in challenges. Went to immunities, won all the tribal challenges. Really honored to be here, and I look forward to all of your questions.
All right, thank you, Final 3, for that. Jury, you're up.
Alright. Hi, I'm Sarah with no H. I will be your jury foreperson today. It's nice to meet you. But first, sincerely, congratulations to all 3 of you. We are so proud. We've been, it doesn't sound possible, but we have been rooting for all of you in your own different ways. And we just want to, before we get to our questions, emphasize that we are not in any way bitter Bettys or petty Patricias about anything. We are completely open-minded, and from the discussions we have, undecided. So there are 3 main things. There's one main thing for each of you that we want you to try to answer throughout all of your questions that we feel like you need to answer for us to give you your vote. I'll just go down the line. For everybody, we need to see self-awareness and self-confidence. I'd say we're not interested in hearing a story of self-pity or like, oh, I'm so bad. Because you were all amazing and badasses, so own it. That being said, Sam, obviously the social center of our merge tribe, you made everyone laugh. We want to know how you used that social strategy to make this game your own and the ways that you manipulated it. It's not a question to answer right now, just that's the theme we want to see from you. How did you use your social power, even if you don't have experience, to influence things? Taylor, we felt like you were in such a strong position the entire game, as like getting yourself to the next round perspective, you were relatively safe all the time. We want to know how being safe, you took it to the next level and made some moves, especially independently of being with Eric, who you've talked about being very close to. Barry, you're our dark horse. We don't know. And that we think could be either the best thing or an unknown thing. How did you make your moves? What did you do? Continue articulating. I'm sorry that was much longer than planned. So briefly, my question to all three of you was, and it comes from jealousy, in your pre-merge days of not going to any tribal, in 1 or 2 sentences, can you tell me how you set yourself up for success at the merge in the early days of the game without going to tribal?
For me, it was just 1, sticking with my alliance, and 2, just seeing who I bonded with. For me, it's all about bonding. I don't gravitate towards people a lot, as a lot of you have heard. I'm not a big people person, so knowing that I made all of you laugh was pretty cool, because I don't think I'm that interesting or that funny.
No negative self-talk. You're amazing.
Sorry. It wasn't part of my strategy. I was just wanting to be me. Coming here, I just really wanted to find myself. A lot of you guys made that really easy. I didn't feel like there was any judgments. And as a lot of us know, adults are very judgy. We're very criticizing towards each other, and no one made me feel like that. So I was just being myself, my authentic self, and I don't ever get to do that. So.
For me, I came into this as, like I said, as somebody who's played the games, you want to make sure you're always on the right side of the numbers. So I did try to form like strong one-on-one bonds with people. Obviously, you get closer with some. And then once everyone started pinging Ryan and Brian as a duo, I felt like it was easy to just like solidify the other 4 just in case. And then it's just crazy that the swap happened like that. But I just wanted to solidify and make sure that I was protected by numbers.
For me, it was creating, kind of like what they said, creating bonds, but also I felt like I made specific strategic bonds with a lot of people on the yellow tribe starting out. We never had to go to tribal, but I had one-on-ones talking with people saying, hey, I got your back, let's talk about this. We had made a 4-way thing with Nick, Haley, and Samira that we ultimately never had to do. And then when we got over to the red tribe, a lot of it was just feeling out personalities, seeing what clicked, which I felt like gave me options going into the merge, even though the yellows had been voted out early on.
Thank you. That's it for me. You two, we want that level of specificness and names and everything from you two also. Thank you.
Congratulations on making it this far. This is going to tell us about your personal growth in the game. So what have you learned about yourself in the past 5 days?
I learned that you can't trust everybody. This is a game. People have strategy. People are going to lie. They're going to manipulate. You have to accept it for what it is and try to get better at your people skills. I definitely feel like my people skills got better, and with all of you guys' help, my confidence has gotten a little better.
I feel like for me, I am similar but in a little bit of a different way. So I feel like I also like have a lot of self-confidence issues, and I always feel like it's hard connecting with people. Also, finding the idols made me feel very badass. Like I said, I know I didn't use them flashily, but I felt so good. I've never found an idol in a game before, and the fact that I found 3, and also to finish it off, going to fire making with one of my friends and being able to pull that out, that's something that makes me feel really good about myself.
For me, I think coming into this game, kind of similar to them, but I've always had self-confidence issues, which may sound, I don't know, kind of whatever. Like I feel like I view myself as a lot smaller in my life than I actually am, and I don't take as much space up in the room as I feel like I probably should, and I'm more likely to let people kind of, I'll just skate by and let something go under the way rather than confront it head first. With this game, I feel like it's given me a lot of confidence in terms of just going into these situations and feeling like, hey, I can attack this. I am like a big person in this room. I'm not just in my head about it. I won 2 individual immunities, including on the Final 4, on a puzzle. It's a spatial puzzle, and I have never been good at spatial puzzles. I think if you saw my challenges on some of them, you can see I was not very good on spatial puzzles. So the fact that the growth from that to here was really, really cool, and I think going into future games, instead of feeling really scared going into some of these challenges, I'll just go in knowing, hey, I'm going to give it my best. If that's not enough, that's fine, but as long as I'm doing my best, anything can happen.
So since we all know I'm fantastic with numbers, I have somewhat of a math question for you. You don't have to give me an actual percentage, but I would like to know what percent of this game and getting to Final Tribal Council was luck and circumstantial for you, and what percent was skill and strategy as well as social.
Definitely all of mine was basically luck. Wasn't expecting to make it this dang far. Either day, every day I woke up. I mean, the last 2 days I kept my bags packed because I just was like, yeah, I'm not making it any further than this. Social definitely helped me with this. Was not part of my strategy. I honestly, guys, I didn't have a strategy. I just wanted to make it day by day. Every day, just wake up and it's just like, all right, we got this. Most days at least. Yeah, I mean, I learned strategy now. So if I play this again, my answer will obviously be different. But yeah, no, I didn't have any strategy. It was just coming out here and learning the game.
For me, I would say about 75% skill and strategy, and then 25% like luck and social. I wanted to make sure I surrounded myself with other strong players, and clearly I didn't feel like I was unsafe when I used my idols. I told you guys like, oh, I probably don't need this, but rather just play it. So yeah, I'd say 75% is skill and strategy.
For me, I'd say probably 40 to 50% luck. I feel like people underestimate the random value of chance out here when it comes to tribes, who you get aligned with, how tribe swaps happen. If Haley didn't win that last game in the memory challenge, I feel like there's a very good chance that I would have gone home that round and finished in 13th or 14th place. Luck in terms of that final immunity challenge being one that I happen to apparently be good at. I think specifically when we got to the merge, I felt like I was in a pretty powerful spot. And then I felt like a big turning point in the game was when we took out Sarah at Final 9, because we had something didn't add up with the votes at Final 10, and we felt, and based on what Haley was said, you had filled her in on that vote, which went against what we had talked about. So I felt like Sarah was playing you and Sarah were going to flip back and forth, playing the middle ground, and you guys were being really sneaky, I felt like, or just really sharp, which you clearly had to be to get from 8 to 2 on your original tribe. So I felt like if we took you out there, it would isolate you that round, make you more of a free agent that would want to work with me, and then the rest of us could kind of scoot forward through the game and ultimately get ourselves here.
Thank you. So what I want to know is what role each of you feel like you played in your alliance, how that changed throughout the game, and what role you think that the people sitting next to you played.
I think the role that I played, especially back at camp, I was really helpful when it came to building fires, giving advice on like just outdoorsy stuff, because like I love being outdoors. I know a lot of stuff outdoors. When it came to challenges, yeah, definitely had no advice there. Was clueless on most of it. So I think that, you know, back at camp, I was able to help my tribe kind of just relax, chill, not stress out about the game. Kept everyone talking, telling stories and stuff like that. That way no one was getting stressed out, helping with fire building, cleaning up, making food. You know, just anything that I could do to help, because I know I wasn't going to be able to help my team in challenges. That's why a lot of times I also volunteered to sit out on the games when it had to be, because I knew it was better for my team if I didn't play, because I didn't know what I was doing. So it would have just made us fall back more, and I think that's also why we never went to a tribal.
For me, I feel like I put myself as like the backbone of our tribe. I feel like my one-on-one relationships helped me fill in gaps where I wasn't able to get. So, for example, I knew that I had really good trust with Eric, and I felt like Brian and Ryan would trust Eric more than they would trust me. I tried talking to you guys a lot socially, but I feel like you were a little bit more reserved with your thoughts game-wise, and obviously we all lied to each other a bunch of times, but I felt like I could help. Eric could help me fill in those gaps, hopefully. And then same thing on the swap tribe with Haley. I felt like I tried talking a lot of strategy with you too, and it was similar. Like I was able to know what you were thinking, but it was like there was like a little bit of a barrier. No, and then I used Barry the same way. Like I was not gonna play I think it was my last idol, because the only reason I did was because I could not tell 100% what you were thinking. So I was trying to lean on my trust with Barry and Eric to like help fill in where I wasn't so positive.
Yeah, so I think in my alliance, I think I was something just a little bit different to everybody, but I think ultimately, for the most part, I was viewed primarily as somebody that was viewed as a number that they wanted to go deep with in the game, right? That they felt like they knew they could rely on. Specifically with Eric, I think we both just right off the bat clicked. We felt like we were shields for each other. That was our spot. Me and Haley, we were together the entire game, but we were on opposite sides of the vote several times, but I felt like there was sort of this understanding that we weren't really targeting each other at all, but we were, if we had to work on opposite sides for a little bit, that was that, but we would still reconvene.
Great, thank you guys.
I think you guys know my typical spiel when I was sitting over here. Every single time I walked in Tribal and said, there's a very clear strong alliance of 5, and we're running out of time to make a move. Why didn't you use either me, Brian, Teeny, knowledge about idols advantages, or anything like that to make a move that could benefit your game, solidify your spot in the end, or do any of those things like that?
I had known that Eric had a disadvantage at Final 6. I heard that it was he lost a vote, which it turned out it was, even though we didn't know it beforehand, but that's what I thought it was. So I thought when we get to Final 6, me, Haley, Teeny work together, and we're going to target, my goal was to target Sam that round, but Sam won immunity, because I thought Sam was going to take a spot at Final Tribal from me. I worked together, I really tried to get you two on board. Teeny tried to flip the vote back on me, and ultimately these guys all clung together and voted out Teeny instead of siding against me. Oh, and since she did get immunity, I ended up putting the vote on Taylor instead, because I didn't want to take Eric out, because I felt like the minute Eric went, I was going to be viewed as a big target and taken out at that point.
You said, why didn't you use other people to make a difference?
So basically from like Final 8 to Final 6, why didn't you use me, Brian, or Teeny, or knowledge about idols or advantages to make a big move?
Okay, so I didn't do that because I felt like I did not need to do that to get here, which clearly I didn't. I felt like the bond that I had with the people we were working with was already strong enough, and I feel like if I do use if I use one of my idols to take out like Eric or Barry or something, then that would give like other people who I didn't really see myself in their endgame. I didn't want to give them a chance to sneak by, because then you guys could have flipped together and formed something when I already knew I had full trust in the people I was working with. So I just felt like I didn't need to. And although I know it looks good on a resume to take out like a big threat or something with an advantage, I just didn't think I needed to.
And for me, a lot of it was confusing for me, so I just felt like I needed to just stay with the people that I had the alliance with, because I felt like I could trust them, because you know, like when me, you, and Brian were walking in the woods and I asked you guys what is an idol, and you guys are like, oh, it's like a necklace or something like that, or a trinket hanging from a tree. But when I asked Taylor, she's like, well, it's going to be in the brown bags that we got our things in, and that's what it's going to look like. So at that point it was like, okay, I can trust her, I can trust that alliance, and that's what I stuck with, because to me it's about trust and loyalty.
You're doing a great job. I think it's still very up in the air where my vote will go. My question for you though is, if when these votes are read, the winner is revealed and it is not you, what do you think the reason why would be?
One, because I'm new. Two, because my strategy isn't what Survivor strategy is supposed to be. I'm learning how to play the mind tricks and the manipulation and the lying and the bouncing around and all of that, but it got very overwhelming for me because I didn't really understand the whole, like, let's go bounce and keep lying and trying to keep up all these stories, and it was confusing to where those of you who were still like there, you probably noticed closer to the end I just sat down and was like, if you want to come talk to me, that's cool, but this is like confusing the living crap out of me, and I'm just going to tell you who I'm voting for, because to me that was the best strategy.
So for me, I feel like if one of these two people win, it's totally okay. Like, I'm so proud of all of us, and Sam, I think you played like amazing, and I played my first game not watching Survivor either, and so I know how you feel, but like, you are badass and you did what everybody else could not do. Like, you guys were, you should own it, yeah, for real. Honestly, and that is like impressive as hell as a newbie, and there's people that play these games online, in person, it's really impressive. So if you win, I believe that would be why.
For me, I think if I don't win, sorry, can you repeat it one more time?
So if you don't win, what do you think is the reason?
I think if Taylor is the one that ends up winning, I think the reason is because the jury valued her gameplay, and I think that she just went out there, she dominated everything, she was in control the entire time and kicked ass. She found 3 idols. You know, that's a very winnable game on its own. I'd be happy to lose to her. When it comes to Sam, I think that it's because you can't hold people to the same standards who have never seen the show versus people who have played LRGs before. Sam coming out here, going out of her element, staying through the game even though she wanted to quit, fighting through, picking up strategy, being very perceptive, getting through the game. She should be applauded for that, and I think it's completely commendable to want a reward for somebody for that.
On to the real question, and that was giving you something light to do as we work you back up to the end. Outside of the top 4, which player, which social connection meant the most to your game?
It would have been Kayla. I feel like me and Kayla we're kind of almost the same. We both have that motherly, want to take care of everybody, even though neither one of us really like kids that much. She probably likes kids way more than I do because she chose for her job to take care of kids that aren't hers. I'm more leaning towards adults of taking care of, but I feel like we both kind of had that, not motherly bond, but we were just both kind of in the same. I felt like I could really connect with you and talk to you and not be judged by you, and that you were just going to be straightforward with me. Out of everybody, I think you were the most straightforward with me without like giving me some bullshit. Yeah, I think I connected most with you.
For me, I'm gonna say Haley. Haley, when she came over for our swap tribe, obviously we had the Nutabi group going on, but then we also had 2 other alliances that were going on as well, or potential to. So we had an all-girls alliance as well, and then there was a point when Teeny, Ryan, and Haley told me they wanted to be a 4th me, and it sounded nice, but I kept letting you guys know that made no sense in my head, because I didn't see you guys taking me to the end. But I kept on going to Haley and saying, like, we're in the middle of all of this and we can like choose, do we go with the girls, do we go with those 4, do we go with the Nutabi group? So I would say Haley is my strongest connection.
I would say too, Haley is probably my strongest connection outside the top 4. Haley we started on the same tribe together. I felt like her, Samira, Nick were my strongest bonds coming out. I felt really good about, well, not good about being down in the numbers at the swap, but I was really glad that the other person that was there with me was Haley, because I knew that she was social and she could connect with other people as well. I don't think we were viewed as a real tight duo, but I think we constantly were coming back, connecting with each other, talking about how to navigate through the game as we went through. And even though, like I said before, we weren't always on the same side of things post-merge, I felt like we still reconnected and tried to figure out, hey, can we work together this round? Can we figure it out?
How we doing? I had one question in mind, but hearing you all talk, I've kind of decided to pivot a little bit. I'd like you all to start, and we'll start with Barry. I want you to define what aggressive gameplay is.
I think aggressive gameplay for me is trying to dictate where votes are going. It's trying to get people to work with you, so you're the one that's being more proactive in terms of reaching out to people to start conversations rather than sitting back and waiting for people to talk to you.
Similar to him, I think it is a lot of where you are in your alliances and redirecting where the vote is going to go, which I did several times. I know during the Teeny vote, I really wanted Teeny to go because I knew that she was somebody, I think I told that was at what, 6? Yeah. At 6, I was like, if she survives this vote, these challenges are pretty much something that anybody can win, and if you got past that, like it's like, you know, dominoes, and it's like, you could have won. Honestly, I know you didn't have confidence that you were going to win, but you could have. So, I feel like dictating votes like that, and then there was also times where, like for example, Sam, she's admitted that she doesn't always know what the plan is, and I feel like being able to go have trust in someone like that, where they will be a number, not just like a number, but like someone working like that, where you know they're going to vote with you every time. And then also, when Barry came over, obviously he was in the minority of our swap tribe, but being able to have confidence too in him that he would stick with us rather than, you know, flip with like Ryan, and team.
For me, an aggressive player is someone who is, this is going to sound kind of messed up, but we all know I'm honest, is someone who's two-faced and manipulative. I feel like if you have a very strong line game and a very strong social game, and you're able to manipulate the pieces, that's your best strategy to do. So a lot of you taught me how to do that. So it's just like playing chess, you know, you just gotta be 5 steps ahead, and that's the most aggressive you can be. You got to think everything through. Like, okay, if I play this move, is this going to happen, and is this going to happen? Am I going to be able to pivot this to go this way? And just, you got to have great social skills and just go for it.
It's your turn.
All right. I feel like this jury here had all the game questions covered pretty well. I normally don't like stump speeches, like frickin', what's that guy's name? David Murphy. But I'm going to give one to all 3 of you. Sam, I am so proud of everything you've done this game. You came into a game you had no clue about, and you stuck it out. And I think Kylie's going to be so proud of what you've been able to do. Not only do I think you connected really well with people and made us all laugh, please, for the love of God, do not tell the caveman limerick on camera ever again. But I also think that, well, you didn't understand Survivor very well. You had to learn a lot of that, and some points you didn't want to play the game. You also understood some aspects innately very, very well in ways that I think surprised all of us, and you should be really proud of what you did out here.
Thank you.
Taylor, I have loved playing this game with you so much. You were, I think, one of the most deceptively good players out there. I think we can all agree Taylor comes off as a little bit quiet at first, right? And it's somehow game after game after game, you find your way deep, almost every time it feels like, and people get to know you and you come out of the woodwork. I think, to me, there's a social and a strategic aspect of the game that you blend so well, and I think you've done it again, and you should be also very proud of the game you play. Spoiler, I'm going to tell you should be proud of the game you played too. Barry, I view you as a very logical, rational thinker. You're like a peace mover, you're always thinking, you have a lot of options you want to go with. We also clicked on a personal level. Can't wait to continue this friendship outside of this game, and I think all 3 of you played a hell of a game. And I just want to say congratulations to you all. It's only fitting that in Battle of Gettysburg, you guys, I think, maneuvered the pieces the best out of everybody here. And congratulations to all 3 of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eric. All right, thank you all. Jury, reminder, you are voting for who you would like to see win this game. This is it! All right, for the last time, it is time to vote. Haley, you're up first.
I went back and forth and with this in my head, but ultimately, I think Taylor played a game that I could see and respect.
Sam, you're absolutely hilarious, and you were really self-aware in that final tribal. A few more games, it'll be like second nature to you.
I have the final votes. Sam, Taylor, Barry, you want to see your name written down. The person with most votes will win this game. For the final time, I'll read the votes. First vote, Taylor. Barry. Taylor. 2 votes Taylor, 1 vote Barry. Fourth vote is for Barry to win Survivor Pennsylvania Gettysburg. Barry. That's 3 votes for Barry to win this game. Taylor. We're tied again. 3 votes Taylor. 3 votes Barry. Taylor. 4 votes Taylor. 3 votes Barry. 2 votes left. Barry. That's 4 votes for Barry. 4 votes for Taylor. 1 vote left. The winner of Survivor Pennsylvania Gettysburg is Barry. Winner, don't go anywhere because you just witnessed the finale. We've got the after show. All right, we're gonna let the players get food, get drinks, stretch. We're gonna rearrange some stuff, and we're gonna do our after show, so stick around.
Yes. So I can. My phone died, Sarah. Love you. It's okay.
Let's get Samira from our pre-jury in here.
Yeah, this really broke him.
So,
Thanks.
Dan, right now, this is just in theory because my phone died before I could complete the mission, but we just wanted you to know how much we appreciate this opportunity to get away from our real lives and to let us live out our fantasies as much as you're living out yours, and we know how much you put into this. So you have a very big Venmo coming your way. When my phone was from literally the entire cast. So thank you for
so
everything
much.
This has been so good.
We work for tips now. I appreciate it so much.
Thanks for taking the lead on that, Sarah. I'm assuming.
I think you all know. I think you all know through the well, obviously, what you pay to play this does not cover nearly like half, even like maybe a fourth of what we do. And I'm sure you all know, just through us casting and talking to you, that I just hate pressuring people for money and asking for money. I'm like, just give it like $10 a week. That is $1. Whatever you want to do, put it in the tip jar. That whatever, that's fine, because as long as you like pay by the end, maybe, like, if not, I'll find something else to pay for your spot. But yes, it's like I'm not doing this to break even or make a profit. I'm doing this for you. Brian, I want you to tell us what you told me this morning, because it was the first time I found out, and I just want you to explain what you did.
Which crazy story?
The camping story.
Oh, it's kind of sweet actually, and I spared you guys some mischief. Just to understand that going in. I could have known a lot worse. So I live like a little over an hour from here. It's pretty easy to get up here, and I'm really excited to come play this game. And I was an alternate, but I'm not a last-minute alternate. I heard a couple months ahead. So I was curious about campgrounds, so I should come up here and check it out. So I booked 2 nights about 2 weeks ago. But as I booked, I looked at the reservation calendar, and I said, okay, how many days they need for this production? Okay, and I looked at the blocks, which ones are blocked out for these days. And I narrowed it down to 4 sites. I said, okay, I'm gonna book one of those 4. And I booked number 6. And that was the where my tribe ended up. Like I put on that. So I've already lived in there. And so I'm also teaching my boys how to camp to get used to it, so I can do that in a more pleasant manner when we do out on a family vacation. So I get done work, I pack up the van, grab a kid, we head up here, we do the camping, and then we spend the afternoon scouting the area. But Tyler, my son, wanted to do some mountain biking. There's some trails over here. It's part 2, so we tried that first.
So that's how you knew to find the lake. Yep.
That's where I knew the lake was. We walked around here, and he helped me scout for places where idols might be. He said, that's a nice tree, let's look at that one. I have a picture of him next to that porta potty. He said it was still there. So he was helping me scout the areas. So I knew where the path was between pavilion and camp. So I knew that's the shortcut. So our tribe walked down that way one time. You guys took the long way, but that's let's go this way.
That's
really
incredible
cool.
preparation. I wish you had planted a fake idol just as Sam.
I knew you would like that.
Yeah.
And,
Nobody heard about my fake idol? Oh wait. Yeah.
What's with the fake idol?
Okay. So I finally understood what the hell an idol was. And we go back to camp, and I knew there was going to be one there, and Taylor leaves her bag with the note in it from her idol laying on the ground. So I grab it, pull out the piece of paper, because I didn't know the idol was going to be inside of the bag as well. So I'm just like, oh cool, found a piece of paper, it says give to production. So I'm excited as hell, go run into Chris, and I'm like, hey, look what I found. And he's like, it's not it, Sam. So Yeah, that was another embarrassing moment that Sam did. So, yeah.
Sam, I just want to say, like, you've never done an online or live game like this before. You don't realize it, and it is kind of frustrating for me to watch you make Final 3. You don't realize how an accomplishing feat that is. Most people don't do that first time. Some people never in their career. You, very first time in really tough elements with a lot of seasoned players, you made the final tribal council. It was no accident. You played a great game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty proud of myself. Yeah.
You should be.
Pretty proud. Like I said, I mean, I feel like I won, so yeah.
Let's get to a few of the big twists and themes this season, because we did Gettysburg, so I wanted to focus on war. We have the war zone, but also Gettysburg is haunted, so we threw in some curses and some hauntings. Sam and Taylor and Barry, I will confirm for the three of you that there were ghost votes in the game as a twist. This was supposed to probably be a longer secret had Gallo not lost everything. We might have not seen it active pre-merge, but up through the final 7, it didn't happen at the final 6 or 5, but through the whole game, anybody voted out, cast a vote, and every time except for one, that vote was in play. So that's one of the reasons why we had so many split votes. We'll get to the whole chaos of the merge votes in a second, because I wasn't expecting Borneo level merge votes. Ryan, you recently in the game had found the cursed idol, and it came with a disadvantage that it was a beware advantage, and you and Taylor. Or who was it?
So it was me, Taylor, and Sarah all staring at the table, looking at it, literally right next to literally everybody. And we were all just looking at each other, and they were like, I don't want it. And I was like, fuck it, I'm so far at the bottom at this point. I just grabbed it in front of everyone. And then 3 people turned around to me and was like, is that tree mail? And I was like, nope. And I just kept walking.
That was the round I went home.
So yeah, that was hidden at the final 10, and then every time you went to Tribal Council without the immunity necklace and did not play the idol, the next round a disadvantage would appear, and you won immunity that round, so you didn't need to use it, and then the next round you used it, which I'm kind of salty about, because we never got to the disadvantages that would have been placed on you. So I just want to go through the I want to clarify what they would have been. So the first, because it was different disadvantages would come into the game. They did not stack, and you did not know what was coming. So after one round of not using it, it would have been lose your vote at Tribal. The second would be your vote is cast against yourself. The third would be you're forced to vote publicly. The fourth, your idol becomes public information to everyone in the game. And last, if you had it at Final 5, you would lose your vote and get 2 votes placed against you.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah. So that was a twist that I thought might have a couple, but we didn't get to see it. So on the flip side, we had the legacy advantage. The cursed legacy advantage we hit at the marooning, and it was found, and at the first Tribal Council, it's out of the game. And at that moment, it becomes a curse. And it gets cycled probably through 7 people. Eric, do you know how many people were on that list by the end?
It was Andrew, then John.
Jason.
No. It was
Jason, Andrew, John, Eric, me.
All the men.
5.
Very cursed.
Yeah, it was a big thing, but I really thought, okay, we'll see this go for a while with somebody having an advantage in their pocket. It's out in the first round, and it became a curse. So that's the opposite end of the spectrum. I want to take a look at the war zone. Who didn't go to the war zone? Sarah, with an H, you're the only person who didn't go to the war zone. Was there ever a reason that you didn't stand up for it, or?
Other people just seemed like they wanted to, so
So I'll explain the war zone a little bit better. I want to go back to Teeny because there was a time where you and Sam go to the war zone and decide we're gonna split the food. This is 10 minutes before the merge feast. Sam decides to choose peace. But Sam, you say while you're doing it, Teeny, I really hope you smash my skull, take the advantage. Teeny, why didn't you smash the skull?
When I tell you, and Sarah can back me up on this, and maybe everyone else too, something about like those technical game like things, like just like the splitting the votes, and like every time the prisoner's dilemma and like the war zone was explained to me, my brain turned to static. Like I could not understand what it was. You guys read the outcomes 20 seconds before she explicitly told me what she was going to do, and I thought, sincerely believed, that the only thing I could do to not lose my vote was to also go for peace. So I did, and I will say that like I'm embarrassed by the decision. I did realize not but a minute later.
Do you want to know the advantage you would have gotten?
Yes, that's important to what I'm going to say next. Yes.
It would have been the 50-50 safety token, where it's an immunity idol coin. You flip it at tribal council. If it lands on safe, it acts as an idol. If it lands on not safe, all votes still count for you.
Okay, so I'm happy I didn't have that for the same reason that my brain turns to static when I get there, because I think like when you add, I think my strength in the game is like social and connections and relationships, and when you add in like the splitting the votes and like that sort of stuff, it really confuses me. So I'm actually grateful I didn't have it, and I don't necessarily think I needed it at that point too. But yeah, that was ridiculous of me.
Our cookies were tasty.
Yeah. I can't believe that.
I walked in there, I was like, I want food. I'm starving.
Alright, merge vote. So who voted
Or
for
even more
me?
fun.
Who voted
Who
for
voted
Kayla?
for Kayla?
I would love to know why you voted for
I
Kayla.
don't remember what. I was in like a partial alliance, and it just
Okay,
seemed
I
smart.
can add some clarity because a lot of days have passed. Sam,
Yeah.
for the first like 3 or 4 merge votes, it seems like you were throwing your vote.
That's not like I was throwing my vote. I just didn't really understand what the hell was going on. People kept saying, well, if we do this, this, and this, and then if we do this, and then if we do... And I'm just like, can someone just tell me who am I voting for? Because I'm so confused.
Eric, you thought it was either Teeny or like Sarah G here, like one of them were flipping. It was Sam, not knowing how to vote.
Someone had convinced me that Kayla was my biggest threat, and that she needed to go, and she was also bouncing around from like every single group, so then I started to get insecure that
Because
she was...
I knew it was gonna be me, right? So I'm desperate, pleading for my life, sort of
See, I
panicking.
took it as you trying to go form alliances with everyone else. And
I just
then-
thought the Naughty Girls was tight. Like I thought we had it.
I did too, but at that point I had already been lied to like 7 freaking times, so I was just like, I don't know who to trust anymore.
Yeah.
So it was just, to me, it was the part of it.
I would like to know why Sam and Taylor, I thought we were super close. I have no hard feelings about the blind side. I want to know what switched your mind to vote.
Because we thought that you were going to try and get everyone else to flip on us, because it started getting spread around that everyone needs to break up me, Taylor, and Eric, because we were an alliance, and...
Well, I did say that.
Sarah's like, why did you vote me? Because you're a shady bitch. Oh, yeah, I am.
Yeah. So at that point, we were outnumbered, so that
you,
was why.
Teeny, Ryan, and Brian could have been at least tying with what we want to do for the next round. So I think that's.
It's just really
It's
funny
really
because
hard.
I really was trying not to work with them at all, and it just happened to be that round that Ryan and I had like a random very good connection, like, and I was like, okay.
All right. While you just watched these people play Survivor Pennsylvania Gettysburg, take a look at what we have next.
The gods and goddesses are watching.
Deep in the mountains of Pennsylvania, the Survivor gods are very real. Everyone who's come before has prayed for good luck in the game. Now, it's your turn. Join us for Survivor Pennsylvania, Mountain of the Gods.